So 6:03 now, a woman seriously hurt after a road rage incident involving a gun. This is just the latest incident that happened. We've seen quite a few almost on a daily basis, it seems.
Yeah, this woman is in the hospital, and that shooter is still on the run this morning. Brittany Jeffers is live in North Harris County with this latest example of road rage. Brittany, what are we learning here?
Well, as you guys just referenced, if you take a look at the numbers, those road rage cases are on the rise here in Harris County. And unfortunately, in this case, a woman shot in the head. She remains in the hospital this morning. As for the gunman, he's still on the loose. A black SUV weaving in and out of traffic on a North Beltway feeder, brake checking other cars around her. That's what witnesses told investigators happened moments before gunfire erupted.
So she was weaving in and out of traffic, brake checking other drivers? Okay, so brake checking is also known as a brake test. It occurs when a driver deliberately either taps on the brakes several times or slams hard on the pedal when moving in front of another vehicle with the intention of causing the behind driver to either collide or take an evasive action. Oh yeah, you can't do that in 2021. You might have got the finger or gotten cursed out in 2019. Now somebody just shoot you in your head.
A black SUV weaving in and out of traffic on a North Beltway feeder, brake checking other cars around her. That's what witnesses told investigators happened moments before gunfire erupted.
At least 3 or 4 gunshots.
Harris County Sheriff's deputies say the possible gunman may have been inside one of the vehicles that the woman had brake checked.
The other vehicle could have just stopped and pulled back and just, gotten a license plate number and reported it to us, but instead somebody pulls out a gun, fires shots.
Investigators say one of the bullets hit the woman in the head. She crashed her SUV and was rushed to the hospital, and the gunman took off in a gray sedan. But this case is just part of a bigger issue in Harris County. Road rage cases are on the rise, with more than 890 calls for service involving road rage in 2021, up from 831 last year. Last week, we were...
Show us the 2019 numbers. Because that's the important number. Showing us 2020 numbers isn't really helpful because we all know what happened in 2020. And it's continuing on into 2021. Show us the 2019 numbers so we can see what's really the change.
In 2021, up from 831 last year. Last week, we reported on an incident on West Beltway near Bissonnet. And in July, 17-year-old David Castro lost his life after leaving an Astros game. The DA's office said then that cases were increasing and keeping track of them could be challenging.
We don't have a specific definition of road rage in the penal code.
Last check, that woman is still in critical condition. Now, in the meantime, if you're on the road and you feel like you're in a dangerous or threatening situation, deputies and police say the best thing to do is always to call 911. Another thing to keep in mind, they say do not respond to aggression with aggression and avoid using any kind of offensive hand gestures. Reporting live in Northwest Harris County, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC 2 News.
KPRC 2 News begins right now with breaking news.
We are actually tracking 2 breaking news scenes, both involving shootings tonight.
That's right. The first is in North Houston, where an Uber driver has been shot. Police say the man picked up a passenger and was shot on FM 1960 near the North Freeway. They first got the call around 6 o'clock tonight. KPRC 2's Devin Clark is tracking new developments. Devin, what do we know?
Christine, it was a wild ride that investigators with the Harris County Sheriff's Office say ended right here with an Uber driver shot and the person said to be responsible quickly leaving the scene.
That's crazy though, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
People in the Cypress Station community say they are just as stumped as investigators, now working to figure out how and why an Uber driver ended up shot in the arm, allegedly by the passenger he had just picked up moments earlier on the 100 block of FM 1960.
I'll tell you how it happened. He was asked to do something. Maybe he got in, he had a joint, could have been smoking a joint. Hey man, can you put that out? Maybe he didn't have a mask on. Maybe he was asked to put a mask on. I don't know, something he was doing. He was requested to change his behavior in some way or to do something that he didn't want to do. Because that's usually how it happens.
Communities say they are just as stumped as investigators, now working to figure out how and why an Uber driver ended up shot in the arm, allegedly by the passenger he had just picked up moments earlier on the 100 block of FM 1960.
Suspect from behind the seat starts getting into a scuffle.
Then investigators say the gunfire erupted. You can see an ambulance pulling up in this surveillance footage from the Quick and Quality convenience store where the ride came to a halt.
I was just driving by, seeing yellow tape. It's not the first time I seen it in this area, you know. It be kind of crazy sometimes.
Yeah, that brother know what he talking about, man. Houston is... Okay, so we have Philadelphia. You know Philly is, in my estimation, the most dangerous city in the country right now. However, Houston is not far behind.
I was just driving by, seeing yellow tape. It's not the first time I seen it in this area, you know. It be kind of crazy sometimes.
The Uber driver was taken to the hospital and is in stable condition, expected to survive. Meanwhile, it's unclear what the motive is in this shooting, but officials are asking for everyone to be vigilant.
I just think it's important that everybody be conscious of their surroundings and just be safe because of the holiday season.
Hold on. We have to be safe and take precautions because of the holiday season. There's nothing that you're leaving out. Nothing, no bit of information that you may be omitting. This is all happening because of the holiday season. Off to the gun memorial. Oh, all righty. Let's see if this should be blamed on the North Pole or the sun. Hit 1 if you think it's the sun. Hit 2 if you think the problems, violence in Houston are because of the North Pole. Wow. Lot of hombritos on this page, man. Yeesh. A whole lot of hombritos, man. I think we may got a sunbrito problem down here, man. Wow. Yikes. Okay. So Houston has a 57% glider and 22.59% Sunman. And there's something that you guys probably are wondering, like, where all the umbritos at? Well, down in them parts. Okay, it gets really dicey because a lot of hombritos fill out the sentences as they write in as that they're glacier gliders. And as we know, Hispanic is not a race. But they say about 44% of the city is Hispanic. I think it's probably about 50. So you have a large hombrito population down there. Very large hombrito population. Many of them claim that they're gliders. And some of them say that they're hombritos. But it's very, very hard to deal when Hombrito is not a race, it's a culture. But to me, it's a race because, I mean, look, man, they got defined features. And across the board, from stature to face to body shape, they got defined features. I don't know how, look, it's a lot of them down there. But the main thing we learned is that there's about 23% Sun people down there, which is a lot.
But officials are asking for everyone to be vigilant.
I just think it's important that everybody be conscious of their surroundings and just be safe because of the holiday season.
Officials have not said whether a gun was recovered at the scene nor whether that Uber driver had dash cam footage, but they did say that they are actively looking for the person who shot him. Anyone out there with any information is asked to give investigators a call. Reporting live from Cypress Station tonight, Devin Clark, KPRC 2 News.
KPRC 2 News begins right now with breaking news.
And breaking right now at 10, the search is on for a suspect police say shot and killed a 23-year-old after an argument. It was all caught on surveillance video. Good evening and
Okay. So it's a lot going on here. I don't know what this could be. This could be a transaction. I don't know what. Both of these guys, the guy in the car, his car looks kind of beat up. It's not a very nice car, a lot of paint damage. So we're not talking about ballers. The guy standing outside the car has no insignia, no labels on his hat. We're not talking about hot boys here, or trendy young steppers with this. These are two grown men.
joining us, I'm Sion Rhodes. Right now, Houston police say they're searching for the man responsible for pulling the trigger at a Southwest Houston gas station. The family confirming to KPRC2 the victim is 23-year-old Anthony Thornabar. Our reporter Bill Barajas live on Richmond Avenue where that shooting took place. So, Bill, what's the very latest now on this investigation?
Well, the scene here cleared a few hours ago, but police are still searching for that suspected shooter. They tell us that when the shooting happened, the victim, Mr. Thornbar, actually ran inside of this store here and asked for help from the clerk, the owner of the store, giving a surveillance video that shows what happened here at the intersection, at the gas station at the intersection at Richmond and Sam Houston Parkway. Now, the chilling encounter took place just out front. Cameras capturing every second. One single shot fired, according to police. In the video, you'll see the victim identified by family as Anthony Thornabar and a man in a vehicle along with a passenger in that vehicle, appearing to have a conversation. Words were exchanged just before Thornabar is seen swinging at that driver. A struggle ensues and Thornabar is shot. Police telling us he died a short time later. Police were on scene for several hours. The victim's family also showing up to try to get information. We spoke to them, but they did not want to go on camera. But again, as you mentioned, they did identify the victim as 23-year-old Anthony Thornabar. Again, the search continues for the shooter. Police looking for a gray or greenish Volkswagen SUV that you can see in that video. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Houston Police Department. Live in West Houston, Bill Barajas, KPRC 2 News.
Bill,
so now we're supposed to believe that last little incident happened because of the holidays. I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that, man. You can miss me with that, Sergeant. I think there's more going on than just the holidays because this is May 2021. Was it Cinco de Mayo? Did this happen because of Cinco de Mayo? This April? What is this? April Fool's Day? I mean, like, what's going on? Get in the comment section, hit the like button, subscribe. Peace. I'm out.